Welcome back to Dawn of Defiance with Dark Wolf Studios. Today we will continue and hopefully finish the adventure in the Trader's Gambit. First, the music for this session is provided by Tabletop Audio. Please check them out at tabletopaudio.com or on their Patreon. The maps for the session are provided by Episodic Maps. The ship tokens and deck plans are provided by Droid Cartographer. Sound effects and other audio are provided by Syrinscape, and as usual, the links are found in the description below. Now on to the action. Last we saw our hero Mccall. He was in the middle of assaulting the Imperial prison, and he called for help from Maya and R2Z0. Whilst waiting, he found an alternative way into the prison, and defeated the Imperial Scientist and the surgically modified felucian. Maya and R2Z0 arrived, and with Mikal and Vazus they attacked the communication center, placed explosive charges, and discovered a message from an Imperial Inquisitor regarding Admiral Varth. Now time is not on their side as they prepare to breach the door of the prison itself. Alright, so we're back here at the entrance to the prison. I think at this point, Mccall's going to search his feelings, doing a use the force check, just to see what the outcome of just assaulting the prison as is would be. He's gone down a couple of times, which is not good. Vazus has gone down a couple of times. He's also not doing too good on health. Maya is doing okay. She's not taking any damage yet. Not sure why that wasn't correct. Right now he feels uncertain about just assaulting the prison itself, and feels like they should maybe look for some additional assistance before doing that. He's going to ask them to wait there. He's going to come back over to the entrance. He's going to search the Imperial troopers there, see if there's anything of value that he might be able to take with him. And he is able to find a couple of frag grenades, which may be useful. So we'll go ahead and add them to his equipment list. He's got 2 of those. And he'll come back over. While he's doing that, Maya goes back and double checks in the communication center to see if there's anything. When she returns, she's like, oh, I've got a code cylinder that I pulled off the lieutenant in there. Maybe that'll be helpful later on. So at this point, they are ready to go into, or at least to open the door. Let's see how they're going to arrange themselves. Probably something like this. And they're going to open the door. As the door opens, a narrow corridor flanked on each side by smaller chambers leads to a massive double doors made of heavy steel. Beyond the doors lies the large holding area where several prisoners linger anxiously. Each of the smaller rooms flanking the hall seem built for defense, both against intruders and against escaping prisoners. So inside we've got our prison guard and our droid, the prison droid. And we're going to start the combat, see what happens here. We'll just add everybody to the combat. I learned about this the other day. It's actually pretty useful. We'll end combat there. There we go. Roll initiative. Alright. So, looks like Maya is up first, and then the Warden Droid. So Maya, she can see both the individuals there. She is actually going to shoot at the guard there. Is her primary target. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. So she is going to roll her blaster pistol. 23 to hit, dealing 8 damage. Alright, that is going to hit. That's going to reduce down to 6 hit points. I know that the total there doesn't match the... I didn't get that correct in the block there, but I'm looking at the block in the PDF so that I know exactly what I'm dealing with here. Alright, so the Warden Droid is up next. So this tall, angular droid has a thin body and long, spindly arms. The tips of its hands spark occasionally with blue energy, and its large, glowing eyes seem to scan the room with vigilant awareness. So it's got stun claws, and it's going to move up into the doorway and attack Mccall. That's a D6. D6 of stun damage. Let's see here. He misses, but Mccall is going to use Makashi Riposte. Alright, it looks like he does succeed. He did beat the attack there, so he's gonna be able to attack with his lightsaber. And that's a -1 to the attack because he's down on the collision tracks. Oh, 14. That does hit its reflex defense, and it deals 7 damage. So that's going to take it down from 19 to 12. So matches that perfectly. Alright, now it is Mikal's turn. Let's see here. I think he's just going to attack it with his lightsaber. Try and wipe it out. Four to hit. That does not succeed. He misses on that. Vazus is up. He cannot see the Imperial guard in there, so he is just going to take a shot at the droid. $18 to hit with 18 damage. That does hit, and that reduces the droid down to 0, leaving it not destroyed, but damaged. Wrong person. Damaged enough that they can move past it, and then they could come back for it or kill it later. So up next is our operator. Let's see here. He is going to take a shot. Let's fix the tokens so that we have vision so we know who she can see. Alright, looks like she can just see Maya. So, taking a shot with the blaster pistol at Maya. 16 to hit, 14 damage. And that misses. Maya's reflex is 18, so she does not get hit by that blaster bolt. R2Z0 is just going to stand by. Same with the B1 droid, bringing it back to Maya. She is going to move into the room. Try and open up some space there. Go like that. And take a shot at the Warden. $15 to hit, which does hit the reflex with 13 damage. And that ends the Imperial Guard there. So Mccall's gonna move up. Let's see, how do they open up the door here? I'm sure that there's some sort of roll that has to be done. in order for them to open it up. Doesn't look like it. Alright. So I'm going to open up the door. The other prisoners come rushing out, thanking them for helping them escape. They are unarmed, and so they're not really gonna do much. They're gonna pick up the pistol. One of them is gonna pick up the pistol from the warden. That'll give them a weapon. The other will pick up his club. Let's see. They're preferring to. Let's see. Would the prisoners be interested in joining against the Empire? No, but they express that if they can offer them a way off of Felucia, and to another planet, that they'd be willing to help them during this fight to escape. So they're gonna take a little bit of time, go pick up some blaster pistols from the downed troopers. We'll go ahead and add that to their equipment right now. That'll at least give them something to use. That should load back up here in a minute. Alright. So now they've gotten Gildermarth out of his cell. Let's see how he reacts to our hero. So he is a slightly overweight man with close-cropped gray hair and a bushy mustache. He has clearly seen better days. His right eye is swollen and bruised, and a trail of dried blood stains the corner of his mouth. He's grateful that he could be rescued, but he doesn't know who they are. He's grateful to be rescued. Mccall tells him that, I've been sent to extract you from this facility and get you somewhere safe. Are you Admiral Varth? He said, yes, I'm a formal Imperial Admiral. I was captured a little while ago and being held here before Imperial authorities should come retrieve me. Why are you here in this prison? Admiral Varth responds that he's been funneling some information to interested third parties for a while, and then that caught up to him. He said, if you'd seen the things that I had seen, you might be willing to look past a little bit of what you'd be willing to help other people. Mccall offers him his blaster, and the Admiral says, "No, I'm not the fighting type. I would rather not do that." So at this point, they're gonna all get ready to leave, except for the obviously dead individuals. They will stay there. Although I think they're gonna take the destroyed droid, see if they can reprogram it. Maybe that's something that could be useful to Mccall later on. So let's see. Maya tells them, hey, if we can just get to the roof, we could easily I could have the shuttle come pick us up. It'd be a tight fit for all of us. It's really only designed for 4 or 5 people, but we could make it squeeze in, and we could get to our ship pretty quickly. We could go up the turbo lifts here, and that could help get us to the roof. Alright. So they're going to use the code cylinder that they picked up to go to the roof. And let's see here. So they're going to go up one level. We'll drop everybody back into their spots real quick. So Maya, Mccall, Vazus, R2Z0, Admiral Varth. Dropping the prisoners who they were coming with, and our B121B medical droid. Alright, here they come face to face with Captain Vishera, who is the Imperial captain in charge of this facility. So there's the two large lifts to the roof there on the sides. Through a 4-pod turbolift cluster, though a 4-pod turbolift cluster fills the center of the room, this large chamber, obviously a command center, is alive with activity. Large banks of computers line the walls, showing tactical displays of multiple Imperial facilities, including this one. The room seems to be designed to allow officers to monitor multiple situations at once, with displays and holographic projections showing many locations simultaneously. The two large cargo platforms sit in one corner of the room, providing access to the roof. A tall, sickly Imperial officer appears to be in dire need of both food and sleep. A dark malevolence flits across his eyes, and his hands curl in twisted, angry claws. His graying hair would give him an almost distinguished appearance if it weren't for the cruelty so plain on his face. And then, so that's that Imperial officer here. This one here is Kargrek. He is one of the mutated felucians. This towering monstrosity was once a felucian, but it now more closely resembles a beast than a sentient being. Its right arm has been replaced by a bone blade fused into the elbow joint, and its muscles ripple with unnatural strength. Chitinous plates have been grafted onto the creature's body, and each lumbering step it takes causes the floor to rumble with its weight. He's actually a large creature, so he takes up quite a bit of space there. And of course, we'll drop another stormtrooper out here as well. We've got a couple of stormtroopers that we're going to have to deal with. Alright. So let's go ahead and throw everybody into combat. There we go. Roll everybody. Alright. So up first is one of our prisoners. He's going to dart to the side and attack with his blaster pistol that he picked up. Just going to be a straight, let's see. Base attack is +2. Alright, so he's got a +3 to his attack. We'll just roll that. That should be a +4 because of point blank shot. So he's going to fire at the stormtrooper. That's a 14 to hit. Misses. Alright. Up next is our modified felucian, who is going to move up and attack that fused blade on Maya. 30 to hit, 15 damage. Holy cow. Alright. I'm not sure why it keeps putting Maya's health down like that. Alright, there we go. That's a tremendous hit on that on Maya there. Mccall is up next. Let's see. He's gonna move up over here and try and engage with this giant beast. Does he have anything that could be useful? Not at the moment, so he's just gonna take a big swing with his lightsaber. $11 to hit, which does not hit. The felucian is a little bit stronger than that. So up next will be another one of the prisoners. He's gonna stay where he's at and just shoot at the felucian. $17, that does hit. So let's see here. That'll be 3d6. $13 damage onto our modified felucian. Takes him down. Let's see, he does have damage resistance of 5, so it's actually only going to be 8 damage. It's going to take him down to 28 hit points. Alright. Up next is Captain Vishera. So he is going to aid another with the stormtrooper. Basically what that means is he's just going to make an attack, and as long as he hits a base a 10, he'll be able to, which he does, he gives this stormtrooper here a +2 to attack. So let's go ahead and mark him so we remember which one has, there we go, that benefit there. Up next is Gildermarth. Let's see, what can he do? Because he's unwilling to pick up a blaster, which makes him a little bit of a not very helpful in that way. Let's see. So it's got coordinate. So that gives a bonus to aid another. He's got Born Leader as a swift action, +1 bonus to attack rolls. So he's going to do that. And he's going to use Trust to give up his standard action. And he's going to give it to Mccall to use on his turn. So we're going to mark that. We'll say like that. Empowered works, that's fine. And everybody gets a +1 to their attacks from now on. Up next is this Imperial recruit who gets a +2 to his attack rolls. He's going to attack the prisoner. I'm not liking his attack, so we'll use this guy's. Not sure why that trooper's roll is not working. So he's 24-15 shooting at this prisoner, and that prisoner is definitely dead. So much for trying to escape from the prison here. Let's see, down there, yep. Alright. Vazus is next. He is going to open fire on the same trooper over here. That's a +1 to his roll. Interesting. I wonder what's going on here with his attacks. There we go. 14 to hit, 19 damage. That unfortunately, that's a 15 to hit. But those stormtroopers have 16 reflex defense, so that is not enough to hit him. Medical droid is going to do nothing. Same with R2Z0. Maya is up next. She's going to withdraw, kind of pull back a little bit, and shoot at the modified felucian that dealt all that damage to her. (16, 17 to hit, which is going to be enough. Only 9 damage, which with DR5 means that it takes 4 damage instead. Still doing okay. Looks like they might pull through. Up next is this stormtrooper recruit. He's going to open fire on the other prisoner that hasn't gone yet. 4 to hit. Does not make it. And up last is the prisoner who's going to move just a little bit out of the way. And he will do a blaster pistol attack on the stormtrooper. Only a 6, so he does not succeed on that. Alright, on to round 2. Alright, the modified felucian is going to attack Mccall with his fused blade. Let's see, so that's a 14. Would that normally hit Mccall? It does not, but he's down 1, so it would hit. So he's going to use Makashi Riposte. It's a 20, so that's a 19 technically, because he's down 1 on this condition track, but that's still enough to only take half damage, which is pretty good. That's actually really good for Mccall. So it deals only half, then you can deal damage. And he is actually going to spend a force point to take no damage on that. So we're going to do that. And then he gets to attack with his lightsaber on the modified felucian. Only an 11. That does not succeed. Alright. But it is Mccall's turn, and remember, he's still got his bonus standard action, so he's going to attack twice. I think first he's going to attack with his lightsaber, and then he may use a force power, but we'll see. So he's going to swing out with his lightsaber. A 21 to hit, 5 damage. Benefit is that because he's using his lightsaber, he does ignore damage reduction, and he just deals straight damage to the modified felucian. And I think he's gonna try and use. He's gonna try and use. Does he have any destiny points? That could be really useful. He does not. He's going to try and use the Force, which is a 20. He's going to use Move Object. And that should be enough to move a large creature. It is just barely. May use Force Blast later on. So he is going to move that modified felucian. Throw it at anything within range. Move him up to So throw the modified felucian. He's gonna throw him at the captain here, dealing damage to both of them. It's 46 damage. Only 7 damage. And he can maintain that as a standard action each round to be able to kind of throw that felucian around. So let's see, 7 damage. It's gonna leave the captain with 5, but the felucian's only gonna take 2. Not too bad. They're doing a little bit better. The prisoner is up next. He's gonna shoot at the captain. .21 to hit. That is going to hit. Roll blaster pistol damage. 7 damage, and that takes Captain Vishera out of the fight. Drops him down. I'm gonna take that off of. Alright, Admiral Varth. Let's see here what that does for us. What can he do? His stat block here. He can use assault tactics. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. I like to break up my stat block so they all have all the relevant information in there. So let's see, as a move action, he could do a DC 15 tactics check, designating them as the target, and until his next turn, allies do 6 additional damage on the target. So that's what he's going to do as a move action. Roll tactics. And he is marking the modified felucian as his target. And let's see, I think he can use trust every turn. I'm not seeing anything in the description that says that he can't, so he's going to use that. He's give up his standard action. He's going to give it to Mccall again. And that is the end of Admiral Varth's turn. Our Stormtrooper recruit here is going to open fire on the prisoner. On the shot at him. 11 to hit. Which is enough, and leaves that prisoner with 2 hit points. Basis Mandrake is going to move over here and open fire on the felucian. $17 to hit. Oh, and he gets an additional D6, so 3, so that's 15, so 10 damage on the modified felucian, leaving it with 7 hit points. That's pretty good. Medical Droid and R2C0 are going to hold off. Maya is going to come over here and help take down the Stormtroopers. $20 to hit. Modified 20, of course. And that's 16 damage. This one here, that is enough to wipe him from the fight. which is good. That would have been his next turn. So prisoner's up next. He's gonna shoot at the last stormtrooper here. .22 to hit, that does succeed. So we're gonna do the blaster pistol damage of 9 damage, which I don't think is enough to finish off our stormtrooper. It's still got 1 hit point remaining. Alright. Next round of combat begins. Up next is our modified felucian. He can get up pretty close to Mccall. He is close enough to be able to attack him. Let's see here. 19 to hit. That is going to be successful. And I'm pretty sure, unless Mccall can pull out something amazing, that is going to be the end of Mccall again in this encounter. Let's see. Does he have anything that can help him? I don't think so. Double check some of the rules real quick. None of these. He's already used Makashu Riposte, so he can't do that. Let's see. Just add it to your attack roll or ability check. Cannot use force points to add to, let's see, could he, one of the house rules is to allow them to gain a force power that they don't typically have. Usually it's a dark side power in exchange for a force point. Let's see, is there a force power that he could use a force point for as a reaction? That would help him. Let's see. Not really seeing a dark side power that he could use. Let's see, does it have to be? It has a swift action to return it to your force power suite. So it would be too late to bring back anything. I think I'm going to allow him to activate the force shield force power, bending the rules slightly, but I want to keep things a little bit entertaining. It's going to reduce his force points down to 1, and he's going to make a use the force check. An 11. Does that even work? No. So he pretty much, that's it. So he took a dark side point for nothing. He is at 0 hit points. He took a pretty significant amount of damage. Alright, so Mccall once again is down for the count. So the prisoner here is going to shoot at the modified felucian. .23 to hit, that does succeed, so he's going to deal damage, and it's going to be 4d6 because of the assault tactics, and that should drop him down to 2 hit points. This felucian just does not want to die. But apparently, our dear friend Mccall, either he really wants to die or he just doesn't know how to live. Alright, Admiral Varth is going to use assault tactics again, designating the modified felucian as the primary target. He succeeds, so there's a natural 20. Not that that benefits anybody there. So he is going to, the modified felucian, still the target of everyone's assault. Stormtrooper recruit here is going to open fire on Maya, and he misses. Vazus Mandrake going to open fire, definitely on the felucian there. 17 damage. Alright, that is enough to end that modified felucian. B1 or 2-1B is going to come over and administer a healing stim again to Mccall. So now he is down 2 persistent steps down the condition track, and he's going to treat injury. There's a 14. I'm not even sure if that's enough to get Mccall back up and moving. Nope. That is it. Alright. So much for trying to get him back up and moving at the moment. R2Z0. Maya is going to shoot at that last stormtrooper. Try and finish him off. And she does not deal enough damage to wipe him out. So the prisoner is going to do the same thing with his blaster pistol. Take a shot at the stormtrooper. He does succeed, but it's only 3d6 damage. 12 damage, and I think he only had 1 hit point left, so he is dead. That one's dead. That one's dead. Alright. So they have successfully completed defeating everyone here in the room. The command center is pretty much wiped out, which helps. Chances of reinforcement are pretty minimal. So they're going to make their way to the roof. Maya is going to bring in the ship. They'll climb in board. It's a tight fit with all of them. But they will head over to the actual ship, which has been fully repaired. And they will blast off. As they fly away from the Imperial prison, the explosives go off in the communications center. And once they return to the ship, they take off and head into hyperspace. However, Vazus decides he's going to stay on Felucia. The 2 prisoners that survived decide that they are also going to stay on Felucia for the time being. They've seen what happens when they stick around with these allies that they had, and it typically ends in death, and they don't like it. At this point, where we find ourselves with Mccall unconscious again, I'm going to end this episode. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed these 2 rounds of combat. Hopefully the next episode is going to have a little bit more roleplay involved as Mccall hopefully wakes up and recovers from his injuries yet again. and we'll find out where they exit hyperspace then. Thanks again for watching, and may the Force be with you.